Addiction is a family disease. One person lays, but the whole family suffers. Be smart, don't stand.
Prevention. It's better than a cure, especially when something has no cure. Nimimi, be smart and don't start.
Abstain or condomize because the future is bright with a good health. Be smart, don't start.
A lot of life failures are caused by not realizing how close someone is to reach their point of success. Instead, they just give up. Be smart.
Nimimi, now wewe. It is you and it is I. Be responsible and make the right choices. Be smart, don't start.
Nimimi, it starts with you.
Welcome back to Trends. It is, of course, none other than your hostess with the mostest, Miss Sunshine. Nowadays, when kids are taken to university, they go on like free-range chickens. Not that it's a bad thing. They get to a point where they make decisions and are not really responsible for their decisions. Now, with me in studio is a young lady who's actually the first lady to grace the Trends stage. Her name is Grace, and she is the co-founder of an organization / club called Nimimi China. Grace, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel being the first lady? You know, I have never interviewed a lady. You're actually the first lady to be interviewed.
I'm humbled. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
This is my first interview.
Yeah.
But again, I'm grateful.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you. It
You'll
means
be
a
fine.
lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So now let's talk about Nimimi. Let's just give me a brief background of where Nimimi started, where it was born.
Nimimi was born in Kenya.
Yeah.
By Reverend Mr. Steve Ndoria.
Yeah.
It started there. The aim of Nimimi was to help family, young people with the issue of drugs, substance abuse, sexuality, basically things affecting normal family and things that are there in our day-to-day life. Yeah.
Now let's talk about how did it come to China?
I'm a member of Nimimi.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to be part of it. But I brought Nimimi in China because I realized the issues they were talking about are some of the issues personally I faced.
Yeah. What issues? You mentioned families. So like, we're university students. For us, it's not about families.
Yeah, but we are from families, right?
Yeah.
And in most of our African family, like African family, the issue of alcohol, the issue of family abuse, like the things that have happened to an African child as you grow up. Some you never knew about them, some maybe you never realized back then, but now you just realize them and you are like, it was happening. So I brought Nimimi to our school because I realize some students are going through some things and we really need to talk about them. We really need to talk about them because issues of alcohol, students are really drinking irresponsibly. Issues of sex, HIV and AIDS.
Okay, so now let's talk about the phrase Nimimi means it's me. So what are we saying it's me to?
Nimimi is a Swahili word. It's I or it's me. It's me who make the decision. I have the right to make every decision in my life, but it's not every decision that's beneficial, but I have the right to make the decision. So it's all starts with me.
So like it's me to drink responsibly, it's me to decide to have protected sex, it's me to decide to like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's you to decide if you
Yeah.
want to study or not.
Yeah.
It's about you. If you want to decide like you want to abstain, it's about you.
Yeah.
Like whatever you decide, it's about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like basically you did talk about studying, so Nimimi like umbrellas everything, like it's just all about basically decisions.
Yeah, given the fact that we are students
Yeah.
and our core function here is study. Like every one of us, our visa is written, is student.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing why we're here. But now, as students, as we grow up, we also meet people from different countries,
Yeah.
different culture, different family background. So it affects maybe your core function,
Yeah.
which was to study. So maybe issues of alcohol, you came from a family like where you're not, alcohol was not, like you're not supposed to take alcohol.
Yeah.
And then you meet with student, maybe to them, their family, alcohol is actually okay. Sex, their parents talk to them about sex.
Yeah.
But you came here, no one talked to you about these
sex,
things.
yeah.
And even some of us, personally, our parents never told us about these things. So we grew up by ourselves, knowing them. And it was hard. It was not easy. It was hard. So that's why I thought of, let me talk about it. Let me do it. And yeah.
So that's when Nimimi steps in to like educate your peers and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like how do you as a young woman, as a millennial or a youth, if I may call it, how do you relate to Nimimi?
Nimimi, I relate in Nimimi in many ways. Actually also through my friends.
Yeah.
I've seen my friends. And for Nimimi initiative, actually in China, for me to start, I went to my very best friends. Because again, when you're about to start something, you fear.
Yeah.
You fear telling people from outside.
Yeah.
So I went to my inner circle. And luckily, I have friends from different parts of the world. Like I have friends who are my classmates
Yeah.
from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana,
Yeah.
Rwanda, Netherlands. So I told them, people, can you do these t-shirts?
Yeah.
Like, can you print the t-shirts? And we contributed money. My teacher also.
Yeah.
Vivian Laushi, thank you so much. So she contributed, and my classmate, and we did the t-shirts. And then we decided to do the photos with syndicates, which the t-shirt part of it we did with the student, because I didn't want to support people from outside. You start with your people.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we did our own t-shirts, and we came out strong, and we took photos just for awareness. But whatever I went through in my life, whoever came into my life in one or another, taught me something. And my fear and why I'm still following up on Nimimi is because I wouldn't like any 19, 18 years old to make some of the mistakes I personally made. And to just try to make them understand this thing. And you know, again, there we go back to, it's I.
Yeah.
So even if I tell them, it's their choice to follow what I tell them or not.
Exactly,
There are
yeah.
just two ways. So that you get to learn by other people's examples, or you have it your own way. So that's how it is.
Okay. So like in the school that we are at, it is so hard to open up, especially with us, you know, Africans. Not that I want to put us in a box, but it's hard for us to open up out about sexuality. It's hard for us to open up out about depression, right?
Yeah.
And HIV and all those things that you say Nimimi embodies. What is it that you do to make it easier for me as your peer to open up to you?
Thank you. First of all, depression is real.
Yeah.
It's really in us. And sometimes you might even not know you're going through it. Second, it's become easier when I'm open to you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it was hard. Before I started, maybe it took me a year. Because I studied people from different countries are different. To give an example, I realized maybe people from Zambia, they don't really talk about these things. Like, to them, sex issues and these matters, they're not things that like they speak openly. So I started with my circle of friends. And for you to be my friend, it also means we know each other, we've been eating together, going to class together. Maybe we have something in common for us to be friends. So I just started by, maybe I tell a friend, if you do this, I once did it and it didn't help me in one or another. And I'm so happy, like most of my friends, And when I meet my friend here, these are kids. Some of them are very young. You know, in our school, we have young people. People who are 19, people who are 20, younger than me. So for them to be open with me, it was just because I was open to them, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so you know sometimes like when something is new, let's say your organization is new and you're in China, you're far from home, it's really hard to like bring it out in the open. So with Nimimi, what would you say are the challenges that you faced to bring it out to people? Because even me, I never knew about it, you know?
Yeah, challenges are there.
Yeah.
And being the fact that we are in an organization,
Yeah.
and the organization have rules,
Yeah.
so I have to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And following the rules, you have to follow the right
The
people.
procedure, yeah.
I've already met with the school dean,
Yeah.
and he was okay. He was
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
with Nimimi, and he really took it in a bigger way.
Yeah.
Though few process here and there, we are about to finish, but it took me long also for me to come out clean, because some people it's misunderstanding here and there.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thanks to some people who are so close to me. I have friends who pushed me,
Yeah.
really who pushed me. I have friends like Gift, Chongo, Martina.
Yeah.
These people pushed me. There's this day I woke up and was like, I'm going to cut everything and I'm done.
Yeah.
But again, I met a child in that morning. A student just came and said something bad, and he was drunk. So as I was about to give up, I looked at this student. I'm like, this guy is talking something, and it's because of the influence of alcohol.
Yeah.
When this guy is just sober, he can't just say such things.
True.
So that thing, it was so direct. It was just so direct. And I said, what if I talk to him and make him my friend? And I followed up with him because he was, maybe at some point the school was about to give him some punishment and so, but to me I felt like, yes, the school will do it, the school will do their part when you do something wrong. They will punish you in a way, but what are we supposed to do for this thing not to happen again?
Exactly.
Because people are still growing, people are still meeting different challenges and different people. So I just felt like, what if I just kept talking to him? Maybe because he was shy the next day. He couldn't believe he said something like that to me. So I think that was a big challenge to me. And so far, it's just cool.
Okay. So now before we wrap up the show, would you at least like give our listeners out there, our viewers, like a few words of encouragement or advice based on the topics that cover and embody Nimimi, which is you talked about depression, you talked about alcoholism, you talked about sexuality, you talked about HIV and AIDS. So could you basically just cover each and every one topic and just give a word of wisdom or two?
Okay, thank you. About HIV and AIDS, it's there.
Yeah.
And it's real. Now, HIV is not because you had sex with someone. Some people are born with it, right? So maybe here in China, because we are tested now and then, it's not really easy. But HIV is there. And at this point, you have a choice.
Yeah.
Because there are many ways to protect yourself. There are a lot of information in the internet that people should check out on them.
Yeah.
But again, when it comes to issue of alcohol, drugs, they are not helpful. They are not helpful.
Yeah.
And people should just know, when you're here, you don't, this, no one is your parent here. No one is there to tell you, don't do this, do this.
Yeah.
So sometimes people do things because of their friends, influence. So you should just know it's you.
Yeah.
Everything you do, it will affect your life. It's just you. So my advice to young people about drugs is just keep off drugs.
Yeah.
If you just look at your village or your town where you've come from, your country, see people who used to do this thing, how have it helped them? I think it have not helped them in any way. And then when we come to issue of sex, young people, please use protection. don't shy off to this issue.
Yeah.
If you're sexually active, use protection. If you're not ready for sex and you don't want to do it,
Yeah.
it's okay to abstain.
Yeah.
It's really okay to abstain. Use that energy for something else.
Yeah.
You can play football. You can join singing club, debate clubs,
Yeah.
badminton clubs. You can just
Nimimi.
join something.
Yeah.
You can also join Nimimi.
Yeah.
But if you're active and you're active and you know you're active and you're having sex, use protection. There are many ways you can protect yourself.
Yeah.
Also, even if you don't use condoms, there are contraceptives, there are a lot of things you can use. So we are in 21st century. Let's just call a spade
Yeah,
and a
not a
spoon.
big spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people should just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're drinking, drink responsibly. Remember, Monday is there. You
Yeah.
have to go to class.
Yeah.
You have to study. So drink responsibly. Alcohol was there before you were born.
Yeah.
Your parents have been taking this alcohol, your grandfathers. So don't let the alcohol drink you. At some point, drink it. Don't let it drink you.
Yeah.
So, because if you're under influence of this alcohol, you'll also make bad decisions and you'll wake up feeling bad and you're not fine. Given the fact that our parents back home in Africa, when they're like, now you've gone, they really pray for us. Some of us, it's our parent prayers keeping us. So just remember also where you've come from. People forget where they've come from. And since you've met with people from rich families and maybe you came from an average family, you should really remember you've come from. That's the most important thing. You should remember where you've come from, because after all is said and done, we'll go back to
we go back
Botswana,
home.
you go back to Kenya,
Kenya.
you go back to Zambia, you go back to Tanzania, Netherlands, wherever you've come from. So after all, just remember where you've come from. People forget.
Yeah.
People forget. People really do forget where we have come from. And back home, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Actually, people back home, it's real. It's not a joke. So remember where you've come from. Yeah.
So guys, you heard it here first. We were with Grace, and she's an advocate for Nimimi. She's not saying don't do it. She's just saying do it responsibly. Nimimi means it's me. So niwewe, drink responsibly, protect yourself, and be your brother's keeper, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on Trends, and we'll definitely put up information about Grace if you want to be in touch with her. Otherwise, God bless, and until next time, bye.